Good morning in the Americas, good evening in Asia, good afternoon in Europe and Africa. It's exactly 4 p.m. here in Nairobi. Time for Citizen TV Briefs. My name is Jimmy Mbogo. Let's get you informed on some of the stories making headlines across the country. Now, the lecturer strike has been called off. A deal has been reached after a 4-hour-long meeting between the lecturers' union and the government, in which the ministry has agreed to pay the lecturers the 7.9 billion shillings in 2 tranches. Now, the union is now calling on its members to resume classes. The strike had paralyzed learning for the past 48 days.
It has taken long, but on behalf of the IPUCCF, particularly the Vice Chancellors and everybody else that has been involved in this, and on behalf of all my colleagues, Vice Chancellors who are members of the Joint Negotiations Committee, we are very happy that today this strike has come to an end. That was our special prayer to Parliament just yesterday, and today we have signed a return to work formula. We want to assure our partners that IPUCCF will work towards improving industrial harmony and ensuring that what we agree is implemented going forward.
We are really happy on behalf of the chairs of the councils for the milestone that we have accomplished today. We are very much going to implement to the letter of the return to work formula and assure you, the public, that all universities are prepared to open from Monday to resume studies.
We can sign.
And finally, some good news there. Now, moving on, the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission, EACC, has raided the homes and offices of senior officials at the State Department for Sports of allegations of embezzlement of 3.5 billion shillings of public funds. The searches conducted in Nairobi, Nanyuki, Machakos, Kiambu and Nyeri counties targeted 5 officials and associates accused of colluding in procurement fraud and abuse of office. EACC recovered 3.58 million shillings in cash, property documents and motor vehicles suspected to be proceeds of corruption. Now, the suspects were taken to Integrity Center for questioning as investigation continues. And we'll be giving you more details in our subsequent bulletins on that story. Now, moving on, Education CS Julius Ogamba has issued stern warnings to all teachers, including examination center managers, that those found to be involved in exam malpractice will be deregistered and prosecuted. This comes as 5 individuals were arrested in Nairobi County for impersonating candidates. Ogamba made the remarks in Dagoretti while supervising the KCSE examination, now in its 3rd day, amid growing concern from the ministry over rising cases of exam malpractice.
It's regrettable that a few individuals have attempted to engage in examination malpractice despite repeated warnings. The government has already taken firm action against those involved, and these measures should serve as a strong deterrent to anyone contemplating to undertake similar misconduct. For instance, there are situations in Nairobi and other parts of the country where 5 or so people were arrested impersonating as the students, when we've indicated very clearly that this year's examination scripts are individualized, in the sense that there is an actual photo of the student on the script. So when you send somebody else to try and do the exam on behalf of the child, in fact it is foolishness, because it is automatic that they will not be the same people, so they'll be arrested.
The family of the late Michael Okoth, one of the victims of the Nyayo Stadium stampede, who died during the viewing of the body of former Prime Minister Raila Odinga, is pleading with the public and leaders who promised to help them take care of the burial expenses to fulfill their promise. Patrick Okumu, the brother of the deceased, says the family is facing serious difficulties conducting a fundraiser to help them transport the body to Siaya County, as people they approach tell them that they have already been taken care of. Now, due to the public pledges made by various individuals. Now, the body of 23-year-old Michael Okoth still lies at City Mortuary 2 weeks after the autopsy was done, with the family now pleading for help, saying he was the sole breadwinner.
Bwana Mike Sonko nashukuru sana, manake alikuja akasimamia postmortem pale akiongea kwenye media. Watu wote wa Kenya wote waliona, akatuahidi kwamba atasimama na sisi. Tukijaribu kusanya matanga, watu wanaona kuna viale viongozi walishachukua hii matanga. MP wa Kibira Bwana Peter Orero, nakushukuru sana sababu ulichukua hii maneno ukasema hata kama watoto wanafanya mtihani ukutoe gari ifikishe mwili nyumbani. Gari ulitoa mheshimiwa, na kuomba hiyo gari utuwekee mafuta. Weka tu mafuta, sacrifice kama umepoteza kijana wako wa nyumbani, utusimamie hiyo mafuta.
Wale walitoa promises yao watasaidia huyo matanga ya huyo kijana. Hatujafika kiwango ya kufanya hiyo matanga ifike nyumbani. Sasa nilikuwa naomba popote muko, tafadhali mtoe ile kitu mko nayo tusaidie kijana.
If you look at this family, there you are seeing them. They are not capable of taking that responsibility by their own, and we need your support. And we are saying thank you for if you have already contributed, and if you have already pledged and you have not released your pledge, kindly please just release, because it has been a difficult moment to us as a family.
Now, to fully eradicate the never-ending sale of fake seeds to farmers, Agriculture Cabinet Secretary Mutahi Kagwe has proposed the upgrading of charges of those caught in the act to treason, following the threat they pose to the country's food security. Kagwe, who spoke in Nyeri while on a site visit for the proposed new Central Kenya KEPHIS offices, called on legislators to enact laws with severe penalties for those involved in counterfeiting of seeds, as well as the sale of uncertified nursery material. He also called on security agencies to intensify crackdown on those suspected to be in the trade.
Fake seeds are a national security issue and should be handled as such. Those who are selling fake seeds should be held as treasonable individuals. It's treason, really. Because what happens when people in the country don't have food? You all know around the world what happens.
We are also going to establish demonstration farm where farmers will be invited to come and see what new methods of growing crops are available to be able to realize high yield for the purpose of attaining food security.
We know the sizes of our land because of the increased population are getting smaller by the day, and therefore we must start looking at production per unit. We must start looking at the quality of the produce.
Now, President William Ruto has called on Kenyans abroad to support his vision of transforming Kenya into a developed nation. Speaking in Doha, Qatar, during a meeting with Kenyans living in Qatar, President Ruto praised the diaspora's $5 billion contribution last year and urged them to invest their skills and resources back home. He pledged to review remittance rates downwards to allow more Kenyans invest back at home. Prime CS Musalia Mudavadi lauded the diaspora's discipline and economic impact.
We are working as a government to see how we can reduce the cost of you sending money back home, remittance. We know that it costs anywhere between 5 to 10% of the money you send. And if you look at the amount of money that comes to Kenya, it's about $5 billion. If you do 5% of $5 billion, it's colossal. It's huge money. It can make a big difference.
We are proud of the Kenyans who are working outside. We are really proud of them. As a country, you may not know, but I can tell you, you are making a tremendous contribution to the stability of our economy, and we want to continue thanking you for doing that. Do not tire.
Now, Democrats have swept the first major election of Trump's second term. Zohran Mamdani won the New York City mayoral race, while Abigail Spanberger and Michael Sherrill are projected to win their respective gubernatorial races in Virginia and New Jersey. 34-year-old Ugandan-born Mamdani will be New York City's first Muslim mayor and the youngest person to hold the office. The election was seen as a first major electoral test of Donald Trump's second presidency. In a social media post, Trump blamed GOP losses on the government shutdown, now officially the longest in history.
This is not only how we stop Trump, it's how we stop the next one. So Donald Trump, since I know you're watching, I have 4 words for you. Turn the volume up. New York will remain a city of immigrants, a city built by immigrants, powered by immigrants. And as of tonight, led by an immigrant. So hear me, President Trump, when I say this. To get to any of us, you will have to get through all of us.
And back home, the Jipange na Viusasa caravan, in partnership with Royal Media Services, has arrived in the Western region, where residents of Kakamega and Vihiga counties are having a rare opportunity to interact with top radio presenters from Radio Citizen and Mulembe FM station that dominate the airwaves in that region. Now, the Jipange na Viusasa message continues to spread across the Western region counties, with residents getting a chance to subscribe to Viusasa for only 50 shillings. Now gain access to premium content and chance to win up to 2 million shillings in cash prizes. At the moment, the caravan is in Hayega, Kakamega County.
Tuko na washindi wengi kutoka Western, tuko na washindi kutoka Bungoma, Kakamega na maeneo mengi sana. So tumekuja na msafara wetu kuwaletea pesa zao nyingi na pia kuhamasisha hao wengine waendelee kujiunga na Viusasa.
So vijana ni 50 bob peke yake, and the more you subscribe, the more chances for you to win. So nataka tuchangamke, una subscribe pale kwenye paybill 724177. Hiyo ndio paybill number, cheza nayo. Yani vijana tucheze kasi because this time round hatuwezi achwa nyuma. Tujipange na nini? Na Viusasa. Top shota.
Tumefurahia Radio Citizen, Royal Media Services kututembelea. Sisi tumejipanga kama sisi wana Vihiga. Tunaomba kaunti